Welcome into DRF Daily, DRF Sportsbook's betting live stream coming at you each and every day that there is football. And as always, if you're not already, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everything like that. You can see what our handle is right below me at DRF Sportsbook. Moving into Saturday's awesome slate of football action. Ohio State gets things started against Penn State tomorrow at noon. This is a major spread. Penn State plus 14.5 at home. Our power line likes Ohio State at around minus 14, so this spread kind of right on par with what you'd expect. Penn State, they're ranked 13th in the nation, but expected points added according to College Football Graphs. If you're not following him on Twitter, I highly recommend you do. Stats of War, something like that on Twitter. He's fantastic, but you can check him out at cfbgraphs.com as well. But he has, with expected points added, Penn State's 36th in the nation. That's not too great. They're good on defense. They're on offense. They allow 19 points per game. They score 33, but that's a little bit inflated based off of what they've done this season against inferior opponents. I guess you could say the exact same for Ohio State, but they've just beaten up on those bad opponents so terribly that I kind of forget about it. Ohio State's first in the country in EPA. They have the best offense. They have the 12th best defense, folks. Ohio State means business. CJ Stroud leading them with Jackson Smith and Jigba. I mean, this is a potent offense that scores 50 points per game. Their defense allows just 15. And Ryan Day is 11-1 against the spread in weeks 5 through 9 in weeks 5 through 9 since he's been the coach of Ohio State. He knows when to turn it on. He knows when to not only win, but win big and cover the spreads. That's why Ohio State minus 14 is 100% the play tonight. It also goes that in the last 5 seasons, when you bet against home underdogs of 14.5 points or more, that has an offense that averages over 400 total yards, that's Penn State. Penn State averages 424 yards this game. They're 14.5 point underdogs, home underdogs. And when you do that, when you bet against a team in that scenario, you come out on top 41 times out of 51 over the last 5 seasons. A huge historical trend over the last 5 seasons that has an 80% hit rate. That's exactly where Penn State is in this one. I think Ohio State is going to tame down that Nittany Lions attack through the air. They're going to tame down that Nittany Lions attack on the ground. Nittany Lions average 179 rush yards per game, 5 yards per rush. I think Ohio State's defense is much better than Penn State. I think Penn State is a little bit hyper-inflated in terms of the rankings. They're nowhere near the 13th best team in the nation. So throw the rankings out the window. Ohio State, for all intents and purposes, is 35 teams better than Penn State. Ohio State just in a class of its own, coming off of an insane win. Hit the wrong button there. Coming off of an insane win last week over Iowa. They took down the Hawkeyes 54-10, and that's against an Iowa defense that is good, folks. Iowa's defense, one of the best in the country. And I know we crap on Iowa a lot because of their lackluster offense, their anemic offense, their incapable offense, but their defense is still one of the best in the nation, and Iowa was able to hang 54 on them. That was assisted by some short fields and things of that sort. But I mean, this is an Ohio State team that is very, very good. What a game inside the game that I want you all to focus in on. Ohio State, they average over 10 plus yards per completion. They absolutely tear teams up with CJ Stroud and that litany of fantastic wide receivers Ohio State has. Penn State, though, if they do one thing really well, they have a very, very solid pass defense. They're 12th in the nation in pass defense and in efficiency, and Ohio State's going to try and test that. So if Penn State can kind of slow that down, it might just leave them open to being gashed with the running. Ohio State averages over 200 yards rushing per game. So something to keep an eye on, a fun game inside the game. But all day, every day, go Ohio State, minus 14.5. That's one of the easiest bets that I think you can make of the weekend. Ohio State just a much better team. And you're fading the public, folks. It's always good to fade the public. Penn State getting over 53% of the public bets right now at plus 14.5. I don't know what they're seeing. Ohio State's going to cover this one with ease.